Happy Friday, guys. It's your boy Stas here. Welcome back to another video. And in this one, like you probably saw in the title, we're going to break down the stock market. Go figure, right? We're going to go over how we're looking right now. We'll talk a little bit about tariffs and break down some stocks I'm watching right now. But first, hit the like button if you guys find value in the video, that is, and make sure to subscribe and follow along for more content. And of course, take a sip of your coffee. Cheers again, by the way. And now let's dive into it. So it's about 10:30 a.m. on the East Coast when I'm making this video. And guys, we are down across the board. The S&P 500's down 0.25%. The Nasdaq's actually pretty much at break even, slightly in the red, not much at all. But the Russell is down over 1%, and we have the Dow Jones down 0.75% as the VIX is creeping up, not much, but it's up around 0.5%. And you guys can see here, if I zoom in on SPY, we did take out the highs from 2 weeks ago, roughly 2-3 weeks ago, which is a good sign. We did that yesterday. We actually popped in the aftermarket as well after we got Google's earnings, which you all probably saw at this point. Google reported numbers. The stock is up. It's up around 3% right now. Not too bad. So that brought us above those highs from a couple weeks ago, and we're actually trading above the moving averages right now on the 4-hour time frame, which is great for the bulls, right? And QQQ, of course, is also breaking out of these moving averages. We're trading above them right now, and this also took out the highs from a couple of weeks ago. Very good news overall on the charts here, although we're not fully breaking out yet. We're not fully there yet, but we are making some serious progress. QQQ now is up around, let's see, 17% off the lows, which is nuts, man. And SPY's up around, not nearly as much as that, but it's got to be 10 to 12% off the lows, right? Yeah, about 13% off the lows here on SPY, which is pretty remarkable considering how ugly things have gotten recently. So it's good to see we are now starting to bounce back, but again, not fully. We're not fully breaking out yet. We're not there yet, but who knows, man? As we get closer and closer to a deal, Trump said, I'm pretty sure recently, I think earlier today or maybe yesterday, that we're weeks away from a deal. The closer we get to a deal with China, and, when we actually get a deal with China, I think the market is going to rally. A lot of people are saying that. Obviously, not too hard of a prediction to make there. But let me show you now quickly some news regarding China, the U.S., Trump, tariffs, the whole 9 yards. So we'll go through this article here, which I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of ads on this article. So it's like everywhere you look, there's an ad, but bear with me. This says China raises stakes over Trump tariffs. If we come down here a little bit, it says some Trump officials have conceded in private that they did not accurately predict China's reaction to the president's tariffs. Beijing on Thursday denied Trump's suggestion that active negotiations are underway. So that was yesterday. I'm not sure if you guys saw that, but Beijing actually denied that there is even a negotiation, that there are negotiations taking place with Trump, the U.S. Beijing denied that. It looks like here they said China's position is consistent and we are open to consultations and dialogues, but any form of consultations and negotiations must be conducted on the basis of mutual respect and in an equal manner, said Ministry of the Ministry of Commerce spokesperson He Yadong. I think I mentioned him in my TikTok video yesterday. Make sure you guys go follow me on TikTok, link down below. He also said, He Yadong, he said, any claims about the progress of China-U.S. trade negotiations are groundless as trying to catch the wind and have no factual basis, right? The president countered they had a meeting this morning, declining to tell reporters to whom he was referring. Trump said, it doesn't matter who they is. We may reveal it later, but they had meetings this morning, and we've been meeting with China, Trump added Thursday. So for all we know, maybe there are no negotiations going on right now between the U.S. and China, for all we know, right? We really don't know what's going on. Are they negotiating? Are they not? China's saying they're not. Trump is kind of alluding that they are, but won't come out and say it, I guess he did say we've been meeting with China, but I don't know. Who should we believe at this point? It's like, what's going on here, guys? And maybe that's kind of why the market is selling off a little bit, the uncertainty, right? And the Chinese have much more tolerance for economic pain and a greater ability to weather this ratcheting up, according to Nicholas Mulder, an economic historian at Cornell University. China plans to help its struggling businesses with targeting measures in the face of increased external shocks, according to a readout of a meeting chaired Friday by Chinese President Xi Jinping. That's what they're saying. And Trump initially appeared to expect China to immediately seek relief from levies of 145%. Given the size of its exports to the United States, China, according to analysts, is better equipped than the U.S. to forfeit such a huge market for its goods for some unknown period, while Xi demonstrates Chinese strength at home. But there may be limits. As costs rise for some industries, China is exempting some U.S. goods from 125% tariffs. Bloomberg News and Reuters reported today. Ethane and LPG are mentioned as options. China has not yet communicated publicly about any exemptions. Beijing recently canceled 12,000 metric tons of U.S. pork purchases and returned Boeing planes, which, of course, we heard about. And it says here that infuriated Trump. And coming down here a little bit more, Xi somehow, notwithstanding all the bad things China does, is coming out of the last week looking like a winner and a statesman, a former House senior national security aide told The Hill. And let's see here. Yeah, man, it seems like, looks like Elizabeth Economy, a former Commerce Department official with the Biden administration, told the Times that this game of chicken has done nothing but enable Xi Jinping to boost his standing in and outside China, while the United States appears uninformed and unmoored. So, yeah, man, it seems like Xi Jinping, China, they're kind of keeping things under wraps. They don't want to really reveal their card, if you will, kind of what's going on from their perspective. But Trump is saying they're negotiating. China's saying they're not. So it's like, what is going on here? And like I said earlier in the video, Trump said there'll be a deal in a couple of weeks. Is that true? Is it not true? I mean, man, what the heck is going on? It is very interesting times. Let's just say that. And we really don't know what's going on. That's the thing. Can we trust the Chinese CCP? Probably not. But we also know that Trump, I mean, we can't fully take every word he says as truth. You kind of have to take some of the things he says with a grain of salt, which is crazy, considering he's our president. And that's how it's been for a while, with presidents, the government, the media. It's like you can't really take what they say 100% serious all the time and believe it as truth, because, you just can't, especially in this day and age. You got to take certain things with a grain of salt and really use your critical thinking skills, because the unfortunate reality is, man, you can't trust everything the government tells you these days, the president, the media. You really can't. You really can't. Whether it's a Republican, a Democrat, I don't care who's in office. You cannot trust them fully and take their word with everything. It just does not work that way. And honestly, I don't know if it's ever worked that way. You know what I mean? It seems like presidents years ago seemed more trustworthy, but were they really? I don't know. But either way, man, that's kind of what's going on there with tariff talks. And the stock market right now is in the red pretty much. The NASDAQ has now flipped green, which is good. But we're still down across the board. And certain stocks are moving, man. We have Tesla up a good chunk. Tesla's up around 7% today, guys. Completely breaking out of the downtrend now, it seems like. We're back over the moving averages on this 4-hour chart for the first time since the middle of January. Think about that. Now we're really starting to take off, but obviously I'm not convinced Tesla's going back to 300 plus. In my eyes, there's just no way. But who knows, man? Elon might have sprinkled his magic on top of the Tesla investors. Even though the business is suffering, the brand's getting squashed worldwide, he might have sprinkled some magic on investors during that conference call, and we've been up and away ever since. But I don't know. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. SoFi is also moving today. Very big day for SoFi, up 5%. We'll cover this one in my video later today. We're going into earnings on Tuesday, looking pretty hot on SoFi, and I'm not surprised, to be honest. I pretty much predicted SoFi would start running into earnings. Now we're almost at $13 a share again on SoFi. I'm glad I bought this dip at $9.50 a couple of weeks ago. That is serving me nice right now. And of course, I've owned SoFi from the $5, $6, $7 range. So I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Looks like Google is moving. Of course, they reported earnings yesterday. They double beat. The stock's up 2.5%. And earlier, it was up even more. We were at $170, $171. Now we're at $165, but again, still up 2.5%, still breaking out of these moving averages, still looking very, very good. We're in good shape here on Alphabet. And Meta is also moving. We're up 2.2% on Meta, although this one's not breaking out of the 180 SMA, still in a downtrend, but we're still up on the day, heading into earnings next week. I believe their earnings are on Wednesday coming up here, so get ready, guys. And with that being said, I'm going to wrap up the video. Hit the like button if you found value. Make sure to subscribe. Of course, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Join the free email stock newsletter as well. I send out my top stocks right to your email weekly for free. And join the Patreon if you guys want to see what I'm doing in my portfolio every single week. That is linked down below. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you all in the next video.